This is Assassin's Creed Shadows, the 14th main installment in the franchise and builds upon the previous RPG entries. I'd say it was a pretty decent game, definitely doesn't top some of the older ones like 2 and 4 or more recently Odyssey. The story is good at times, but so many of the characters lack depth, which is unfortunate. The gameplay too is very simple in my opinion, but being an assassin is pretty much always fun for me. As for the platinum, it's got 55 trophies and it took me 82 hours, but it's much shorter than that because I spent a lot of time in the hideout and completing side quests that didn't really require trophies. Now speaking of the trophies, you've got your usual story related ones as well as your traditional side content and skill upgrade trophies, and a lot of the trophies that require you to do specific gameplay things, like shooting someone in the knee with an arrow. Alright, so now that we've got the intro out of the way, we can start the game. Before we actually do start the game, we need to make sure that this guided exploration option is turned off, as leaving it on will prevent us from unlocking trophies as indicated. So we'll leave that off and start the game in this pointless Animus cutscene, because I think they've just given up on telling the real world story, so oh well man. Starting the actual game, we'll be playing as Yasuke, known as Diago at this point in the story. Basically he's here on behalf of the Portuguese who want to spread their culture in Japan. It's a pretty linear start. We'll begin by meeting Mitsuhide, and we'll then walk through the city until we meet Oda Nobunaga, who's a powerful daimyo. Oda is going to take an interest in Diago here and make an offer to give the Portuguese access to the land of Japan in exchange for Diago. The Portuguese oblige, and Oda takes us in. We're then just going to skip 6 months as we invade the land of Iga with Oda, and here we're going to get our first combat introduction and our first trophy. Basically, we need to defeat this first group of enemies, and killing the last enemy in this group will perform a finisher for us, giving us the trophy Adept Samurai for performing our first finisher as Yasuke. The rest of this section, we're just going to kill a bunch of people, claiming this castle for Oda. It's then going to take us out of his memories and put us into Naoe's memories, and she's going to be on the receiving end of Oda's invasion. We'll start with a bit of combat for her as well, and we'll meet up with her father Nagato and a powerful shinobi Sundayu. Forgive me with these names, by the way. Nagato and Sundayu are tasked with trying to defend Iga, so Nagato entrusts Naoe with protecting this hidden box, hidden inside a cave that can only be accessed with a hidden blade. So he's going to give her a hidden blade and we'll make our way to this box. And on our way to this box, we'll pick up a trophy for assassinating our first enemy, Adept Shinobi. Eventually we're going to reach this cave to try to retrieve the box, but get jumped by an unknown masked samurai and just completely obliterates Naoe. As for what's in this box, it's going to remain a mystery. Sometime later though, Nagato is going to find us and take us to a healer, Tomiko. Nagato is badly hurt here, but Naoe is set on trying to retrieve the box herself, which is going to lead us to going into a castle. And in this castle, we're going to pick up another trophy. So for this one, we just need to assassinate 5 enemies in a row without getting detected. Pretty easy. We'll pick up the trophy Unseen for doing that. We're then going to find this samurai that took the box from us. We're going to assassinate him and then take the box back. But as we're leaving, we're going to get shot by the people who are with the guy we just assassinated. Nagato is going to try and rush in to save us, but we're going to see this whole masked organization show up that are with these people. Unfortunately, they're going to kill Nagato and take the box back. And just as I thought they were going to kill both of us completely, this fucking genius decides to let us bleed out. Thanks, man. Dumbest fucking idiot ever. Nagato and Naoe share their final words with each other, and then Naoe's gonna pass out, giving us the little title drop and the trophy Prologue. After that, we're gonna wake up in the care of Junjiro and Soren. They took us in and healed us up. We'll develop a good bond with Junjiro, and he's going to come along with us back to Tomiko's place. After these people killed Nagato, Tomiko decides to aid us in our new goal in killing all of these masked figures. And she's going to give us this plot of land that's going to act as an HQ for the rest of the game. The game calls it the Hideout, and in here we can build our own base with several buildings that give us perks. Like this first one is going to give us access to scouts that can help us find mission objectives. We'll come back to the hideout when we unlock trophies for it. For now though, we're going to unlock the trophy Soul Sanctum for just unlocking the hideout. We'll also unlock the objective board at this point, which is going to help us keep track of all of our missions, including a list of all of these masked figures. Right away we'll head to the map to track down one of these missions, and using the scouts we unlocked by building up the hideout, we're going to unlock the trophy Scouting mission for finding an objective with a scout. Before I tackled any more story missions though, I decided to complete a bit of side content. There is so much to do in this game, so we're only going to go over the trophy related things. So for our first trophy while exploring, we're going to need the skill Shoji Door Assassination, and then all we need for the trophy is just to perform that skill, giving us the trophy Master Shinobi. Our next trophy is going to be for completing a Kofun, basically a cave with a chest at the end of it. Pretty simple. After looting the chest, we'll pick up the trophy Kofun Raider. Now we're going to resume this story. We're going to track down one of these masked figures to Sakai. She'll be attending a tea ceremony that we end up infiltrating after quite a bit of fetch quests. We don't know which one of these three ladies is the one we're after, but the game narrowed it down to 50-50 and I did guess correctly. Let's go, it's you. I got you, you little rat! She takes us back to her house to discuss business, but little does she know we're here to fucking kill her. We take her gun, question her about the box, but she doesn't tell us, so we pop her.
Bang!
Whoa! See ya. Right, so 2 down, on to the next one, which is a samurai in Sakai as well. For this one, we're going to start by helping out some monks fighting against this samurai's followers. The leader of these monks is raising a small army to take this samurai down, and among this army is Yaya. Pretty forgetful character. Only reason I mention her is because after we speak with her, we'll get the trophy The Warrior Monk for just meeting her. And then shortly after we meet her, we can complete her side quest so she can join our league, the game calls it, instead of like assassins or whatever. I mean, she probably wouldn't pass as an assassin anyway, but after completing her quest, we'll get the trophy Build Your League for recruiting our first ally. We're going to return to the monk now to attack the castle that this samurai is in. While everyone is fighting, it gives us time to assassinate the samurai, and then he also is going to have no information about this fucking box. Right, so 3 of these guys down now. We're going to get a letter back at the hideout from Mitsuhide, the guy from the beginning of the game. We all think it's a trap, but Naoe is determined to go. So Jinjiro is just not having it. He just runs off by himself. We don't even look for him because we got business to take care of. We meet with Mitsuhide, and he explains that Oda Nobunaga is the leader of these masked figures. Obviously, I didn't believe this shit, but now I sure did. So we're going to help Mitsuhide kill Oda, and here we're going to finally see Yasuke again as he defends Oda with his life for saving him from these Portuguese. So while Mitsuhide is distracting everyone, we're going to head into Oda's room to have a boss fight with him. We try to kill him, but obviously Yasuke is going to stop us, and he's pretty determined to kill Naoe until he sees the hidden blade and just immediately stops. This is going to give Oda a chance to explain the situation. Obviously he isn't the leader, I mean I knew that. But Mitsuhide is indeed part of that group. At this point, Oda decides to take his own life, preventing Mitsuhide from claiming the kill, so Yasuke says goodbye and helps him out, you know? Meanwhile, Naoe goes back to the hideout and Yasuke is shunned. Back at the hideout, Tomiko convinces Naoe to go back and look for clues about Mitsuhide and his plans for this group. So we head back to somehow find Junjiro, like just camping up here. I don't know how he got here, but Naoe tries to bring him back and he's just like in this shocked state, so he just doesn't even move. The castle ends up getting surrounded, but Yasuke comes back to kill all of these people who betrayed Oda, and the game's finally gonna let us play as him again. We clear out all these enemies and head inside to find Naoe, and he explains that he wants to join Naoe in his quest for purpose. He wants to help her defeat these masked figures for betraying him. She doesn't trust him, but Yasuke mentions that he'd be honest with her about what he did in Iga. So we get a flashback of Yasuke killing Sundayu, and with Sundayu's dying breath, he uses the hidden blade, and Yasuke again reacts to it surprisingly. Sundayu then tells Yasuke to help a girl with a hidden blade, so that's why he spared her earlier. Naoe gets angry at this because he's taken so much from her. She goes to kill him but is interrupted by Junjiro and explains that she'd be just as bad as he is for killing him. Junjiro then reveals that Naoe killed his father, which was the dude who took the box from us earlier in the game, and I did not see that coming. And Junjiro goes on explaining that he already forgave her for killing his father, and this moment almost got me, man. So she's going to forgive Yasuke now, and we're all going to head back to the hideout and make a vow to kill all of these masked figures, which are now known as Shinbakufu. After this, a new league rises, pops for completing Act 1. And now we're going to unlock a whole bunch of missions for the Shinbakufu. But before we tackle any of those, we finally got to play as Yasuke, and he's really stiff. He can't even fucking climb. But now that we've unlocked him, we're able to pick up a couple trophies specific to him. First, at any viewpoint, all we need to do is perform a leap of faith, which will pop the trophy Leap of Fail. Next, we'll complete a kata, which is just this quick time event minigame. Pretty simple. So completing just one of these will pop the trophy Good Form. Next, Yasuke has this ability to like kick people with an insane amount of force, and we need to use this ability to knock a dude off a cliff, which will pop the trophy. This is Japan, actually. Also, as Yasuke, you can parry projectiles, and parrying an arrow will unlock the trophy Master Samurai. Now we're going to continue with the story for a bit. Yasuke has some personal quests, so we're going to sift through these. Basically, these are just flashbacks of his time under Oda. We meet some characters that will come up later, like Lady Nene. She's going to help Yasuke train in these flashbacks. We also see Lady Oichi, and she's Oda's brother, and she takes quite a liking to Yasuke. At this point, we're still known as Diago until this kid says his grandpa's name was Yasuke, so Yasuke just decides to call himself that. Now we're going to go back to Naoe and meet up with Hanzo, who was close with her father and mother. Here he wants to know more about the box and the Shinbakufu. He's also going to tell Naoe to just give up on following these people because that's what got her parents killed. He also tells Naoe a little bit more about her mother and the organization she served, and says to look in a cave for more clues about it. We head straight there, and it was indeed an assassin hideout with this sick ass armor in it. Anyway, we get this book that Yasuke tries to translate. It says some things about Naoe's mother, but that's literally it. While continuing to play as Naoe though, I did pick up a few more trophies exclusive to her in the open world. These next two are tied to the grappling hook. For this first one, we need to swing from one grappling point to another without touching the ground to get the trophy Hook, Line, and Swinger. The next is for performing a leap of faith from a grappling point, popping acrobatics. The last one, as Naoe for now, requires us to have the ninja fall skill. Basically, we can press circle before we hit the ground to not take any fall damage. Doing this pops the trophy sometimes. We're also going to complete a side quest. In Iga, we're going to find this Ronin guy. He's another ally like Yaya. He's pretty forgetful too. We're just going to get his quest completed and we'll get the trophy, the Ronin. Okay, now back onto the main story. We're going to be taking out another Shinbakufu member, this time in Omi. We'll find a note on the bridge indicating a duel is going to happen, and it's between a master shinobi and straight up the masked figure we're after. So we're going to bail this shinobi guy out, which gives the masked figure time to escape. We need this shinobi's help to find a way into the masked figure's castle, but he doesn't want to help, and he refers us to his daughter, who is another ally. So after meeting her, we're going to get the trophy, the sharpshooter. She's going to end up helping us, and all we need to do is assassinate this dude. Yasuke causes a distraction to allow Naoe to assassinate him. Again, this guy has no idea where the fucking box is, so we're just gonna go kill his friends. But before we do that, I completed a full side objective. The objective board will have multiple lists of people to kill, and completely dealing with everyone inside of a circle thing will unlock the trophy Mortal Reminder. He doesn't want. So we'll head to our next member now, in Omi as well. For this one, we meet with Lady Oichi as she's keen to give us info about this person. We stop all the influence this person has in Omi by stopping trade, killing their allies. We go on a, I'm just going to say, date with Lady Oichi. We learn her husband's whole clan was murdered and that the leader of the Shinbakufu is someone of great power. Interesting, how she knows that. Eventually we're going to reach a meeting that this person is at, and we see that the last figure is Lady Oichi, which seemed pretty obvious to me, but she says she made a mistake joining these people, and all the work we've done to look for her has freed her from their grasp. So we're going to end up sparing her, and of course she doesn't know where the box is either, so we're going to head to our next one in Yashiro. We're going to meet with the member's brother as he wants his brother to abandon this Shinbakufu. Naoe doesn't trust this guy, so we're going to get a letter to prove that the brother isn't also Shinbakufu. So we'll do that and meet Genojo, and this guy's just a fucking weird pervert, but another ally, so we're going to get the trophy The Thief for meeting him. Now I got the proof she needs, so now we're just going to go ahead and kill this guy. We're going to march through this castle until we reach the dude. The brother tries to reason with this guy, and then Genojo just like runs in and kills the brother. Like, just cuz. Anyway, we have a boss fight with the Shinbakufu guy. We kill him, and he's just actually dead, so we get no info out of him. So next we're just going to head to our next Shinbakufu member in Harima. We'll start scouting a lead we have, and right away we're going to see this guy. We'll end up freeing a dude that he's captured who's going to help us take him down. We head to multiple castles to take out some of his generals, as well as obtain plans that he has so we can prevent them from happening. Most of these Shinbakufu quests are very similar, stop the influence they have in an area of Japan, and by the end of the quest line they die. So they just feel very like cookie cutter, copy and pasty. Most of them have like the same motives too, like they do it because the world needs it or something. It just feels like the same thing over and over again. Some are obviously different though, like Lady Oichi and Mitsuhide, but the rest are just so forgetful and uninteresting. Anyways, continuing with this one, we're gonna meet with a guy we freed earlier and infiltrate the castle that this guy is in. After picking apart everyone in this castle, we can just straight up kill him. Again, no box. They're just so fucking helpful, aren't they? Anyways, we'll kill him and then move to our next one in Mikasa. Tsubasa. Before we start this one, we'll pick up a few trophies in the open world. Firstly, we'll meet another ally, this Poison Maker. So she's just going to join us and we'll get the trophy, the Toxin Master. Also, we'll meet another ally with a hidden blade, which is actually pretty cool and surprising, but turns out he just found it, so it's pretty boring. Anyway, we'll get the trophy, the Eager Assassin, for meeting this guy. We'll also be finding lots of gear in the world. We'll be picking up 2 trophies simultaneously. First is for equipping a legendary piece of gear in all slots. This will give us the trophy Better Than a Bucket. And then obtaining a legendary piece of gear for every type of gear will give us the trophy Limitless. Now let's continue on finding the next Shinbakufu member. For this one, we'll start by meeting the guy's former music teacher, and he gives us tips on finding him, like how he plays his instrument. So we head into the city, but before we look for him, we see this slaver that Yasuke knows personally, mentioning a name that he hates. So we chase him, and after we fight him, we're going to get every info piece we can out of him about this Duarte. But the guy doesn't tell us, so we'll kill him and come back to this plot point much later in the game. So now we're going to scour the city looking for this guy playing his instrument, and then we'll just straight up kill him. No info on the box as usual. So now we're down to our last 4. We'll head to the one in Yamato. Again, it starts by meeting someone familiar with the area who will help us take down this Shinbakufu guy. As we progress through this one, we're going to learn all these characters and get a decision to choose which one we think it is. And it's so obviously this fucking bald guy. Nobody believes us though, so we prove it in this fucking goofy ass scene. What the hell? So we kill him, and of course, you guessed it, no info, no nothing out of this fucking guy. So we'll come to our last basic Shinbakufu member, also in Haruma. We meet with the ruler of the land, and he's having trouble against this rival, which is obviously the Shinbakufu member. There's this whole plot with this guy's son, but I mean, it's pretty uninteresting, so we're just gonna skip. He dies, and with his death, we're gonna get the trophy and Oath Fulfilled for completing Act 2. Before we go any further with the story, we'll get another trophy. Firstly, we'll complete this tournament side quest. We just need to kill a couple bosses to complete this quest. Completing this quest is going to pop the trophy Test Your Might. Now we're going to take on the final 2 Shinbakufu members, starting obviously with Mitsuhide. We'll meet with Lady Nene as she has a plan to raid his castle. Her husband is a powerful general, so we obviously raid it with him. It's a big battle, but we just teleport inside with Naoe and try to find him in here. We do spot him, but he runs away on a horse, and we chase him until he decides to fight us. So I mean, we kill him insanely quick, even on the hardest difficulty. Damn, this guy's trash! And finally, one of these members has some information to share. He tells us where the leader is, what's inside the box, and apparently it's like some imperial regalia. I mean, I had to look this up because I had no clue what this was. Apparently it could be a sword, a mirror, or a jewel, and they're literally just pieces of treasure that symbolize authority. So just completely uninteresting and a letdown, because I thought it was going to be like a piece of Eden or something like the previous games. But oh well. Anyway, we'll kill him and head to the leader now, and he's revealed to be the unseated shogun. Another just complete letdown. We saw him once before in another mission, but for like 2 seconds, and for it to be him just felt so like anticlimactic, because like I have no connection to this character at all. He's just gonna give up and give us the box since we've destroyed everything he's built. He's gonna tell Naoe to spare him as he knows of like another person who carries the hidden blade, and she thinks like it's her mom. And that's just gonna wrap up the Shinbakufu, which pops the trophy Death Blossom for defeating all of them. Now we're going to come back to the slaver Yasuke was questioning. So we're looking for this Duarte dude, as his men are lurking around Japan, and this guy once enslaved Yasuke, so that's why he's so keen on finding him. Eventually we get a ride to his ship where we fight him and learn that he is a Templar, which was indeed finally something cool. He tells us there's more of his kind already corrupting Japan, also that his leader Carlo is there. So we're going to begin to look for these Templars, and the first one we're going to find is in Key, which is the last region we need to go to unlock the trophy Pathfinder for having been to every region in the game. We're going to infiltrate this group pretending that we want to join it. and then kill everyone inside the village. While we're killing all these people, we're going to unlock a trophy. So for this one, we need to unlock the Samurai Stand skill, which turns every attack into a heavy attack for 10 seconds. All we need to do is perform a finisher while this skill is active to unlock the trophy Unstoppable. Now we're going to kill this Templar. He's got some pretty cool armor, and he's actually decently hard to kill. Eventually though, we're going to take him down and move to our next Templar. So the next one is going to be in this little village, and she doesn't really want to be a Templar, but she's kind of like forced to, and then she ends up poisoning us so this Carlo guy can give his dumbass speech. She acts like she wants to kill us in front of Carlo, but actually she just saves us behind his back. So now we're going to go hunt down Carlo in a castle that we infiltrate, and he's just like way easier than the last guy we fought. We learned that he killed Yasuke's mother and an assassin saved Yasuke's life, which explains why he was so keen on like seeing the hidden blade earlier in the game. Anyway, we're going to murder Carlo, and after we kill him, that's going to complete Yasuke's questline. So now we're going to go to Naoe's questlines. So we're going to head to the location that the Shogun mentioned to Naoe and find an assassin hideout, as well as Hanzo as he returns with another regalia piece out of the blue. He also explains that Naoe's mother could definitely be alive as he's never seen her body. And after that cutscene, it's literally just going to end the game, and when I saw this, my jaw was like on the floor. Like I couldn't even believe it ended like that. I don't know, it just felt super abrupt to me. But after a few more cutscenes, we're going to get the trophy Fall of the Shinbakufu for completing Act 3. We'll have a little epilogue talking to everyone like Junjiro, Tomiko, and all of our super interesting allies. After this, we'll get the trophy Epilogue. Now we finally cleared the story, but there is still quite a bit of trophies to collect. We're going to start with the hideout. So in the hideout we can build lots of different things, one of them being a forge. In this forge we can engrave our gear with different perks, so we'll do that to one of our pieces of gear, which unlocks the trophy Make It Personal. Next we're going to place down this dojo, which is going to allow us to upgrade our allies in combat. Maxing an ally to the highest rank will unlock the trophy Front of the Pack. These buildings can also be upgraded themselves to unlock additional benefits. Upgrading one to max unlocks the trophy Against Wood and Stone. We can also find pets in the world, and by petting them, it will allow us to place them inside of our hideout, and placing one will unlock the trophy Everybody Benefits. Also in the open world, we can make drawings of certain animals, allowing us to hang up paintings in the hideout, and placing a painting pops the trophy Chase the Morning. Now that's all the trophies for the hideout, and on the topic of painting animals, there is 5 legendary animals that need to be drawn for a trophy. These can only be found in certain seasons, and the seasons change over the course of the game, so we have to periodically come back and find these animals. There is only 5 animals, with one of them being found in every season. After drawing them all, we can get the trophy A Rare Occurrence. Now we're going to complete some side objectives. We'll start with a side quest. For this one we need to go around the world and try different food vendors. Collecting all 16 different types of food will unlock the trophy Searcher Self and the trophy Collector for completing a collection, which the food is classified as. Next, inside of our little fast travel hideouts, there'll be these contract boards. For a trophy, we need to complete one contract inside of each of the regions. These are very simple little missions. You can literally just run in and loot the chest, which completes it. So these didn't take very long at all, but completing one in each region unlocks the trophy Would You Kindly. Now the last side content related trophy is to complete all of the Kujukiri. These involve a short minigame, and they're spread throughout the world and include 22 total. One of them requires you to kill a powerful enemy which couldn't be assassinated at the time I was doing it, so I just fucking yeeted his ass off the cliff as Yasuke. How about that? Fucking bitch. Anyway, completing all 22 of these will unlock the trophy Zen Master. Now all the trophies that are left are simple and quick. We'll start by maxing out a few skill trees. The only skill trees we need to fully upgrade for Naoe is the Shinobi skill tree, which pops Art of Ninjutsu, and the Tools skill tree, which is for a different trophy. For Yasuke, it's the Samurai skill tree, which pops Art of Kenjutsu. Also, we need to get the Teppo and the Bow trees. This combined with the Naoe's tool tree will pop the trophy In Case of Trouble. For this next trophy, we need to have the Shallow Water Breathing skill, which allows us to breathe underwater infinitely. So this trophy requires us to lose detection from enemies by hiding under the water. So I literally jumped outside of a castle and hid in this water, which popped the trophy Reading is Fundamental. Next we'll need the Shinobi Bell skill, which is a distraction tool. So basically we need to distract the same enemy 3 times with these bells to unlock the trophy Just Your Shadow. For the next one, we'll need to be in a castle with a bell. and just wait for an enemy to signal the alarm. This is going to spawn guardians, and for this trophy we need to assassinate them in one shot. So if you turn on the assassination guarantee in the settings, it makes it much easier. So assassinating this guy will just give us the trophy Giant Slayer. For this next trophy, we'll need a weapon with bleed buildup. As we attack an enemy, we'll see the bleed status effect under their health, and we need to kill an enemy with a bleed proc and then immediately sheath our weapon after they die to unlock the trophy Final Hearing. Next, we're going to need a weapon with Daze buildup and another weapon with Poison buildup. For this one, we need to proc both of these status effects and then kill them while they're both active to unlock the trophy Over Design 3. The next one is insanely simple. We just need to shoot an enemy in the knee with a bow and we'll unlock the trophy Adventurer. Over in Yamato is our next trophy. Another really easy one. All we need to do is reach the viewpoint, which is the highest spot in the map, so we'll unlock the trophy Happy Place. Just one more to go and it's in the hideout. In here there's a waterfall, and of course we need to go look behind it, and we'll get the trophy Made You Look. And the Platinum Assassin's Creed registered trademark Shadows. So that was the Platinum for Assassin's Creed Shadows. A pretty easy Platinum, I'd say. A bit time consuming though. The game itself, about as mediocre as a game could get. The story started good, but we're just jumping around too much. We don't really form connections with anybody. The gameplay was pretty fun since there was 2 characters, but like I said, it was pretty mediocre. The game's gonna get a 6 out of 10 for me. Platinum was mediocre too, but that's gonna do it for me. I appreciate you watching the video. A sub could really help me out, and that's all. Peace.